since you guys ended up matching, have you gone on a date?
Unfortunately, not.
Dang.
Okay, why not?
We made arrangements on Thursday to have brunch on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe it was set for like 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
And I believe I reached out to her on Saturday to see if she wanted me to send a driver to her.
Mm.
I felt like that'd be nice. So we had reservations at Global Ambassador
Mm,
at one
nice.
o'clock. So she didn't reply until 12:55 the next day. And she said she was gonna be late and that she had just seen the text and she thought she replied and this, that, and the other. But at that point, it was too late in my
Okay.
eyes.
Okay. Alicia?
Okay, so yeah, we had chit chatted throughout the week, and you had asked me, like, are you busy? Blah, blah, blah. And of course, yeah, he sent that text. I'm running out the door, and I didn't answer. Like, I didn't like leave him hanging,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't. I sent him.
You did. You replied the next day, 1 minute before the time of the date.
So we had you guys on episode 18 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love, where you guys ended up matching. All right. Okay, so my final question, is it a yes for you for her?
For sure.
Is it a yes for you for him?
Yeah, definitely
We
do
got
it.
a match! All right, I'll take this mic and you guys can go on up. Yes! And so, obviously on the show, we saw there were, quite a few comments about this, that, and the third. And, you guys went down the line, got to meet a few different people, and we got to know a little bit about each of you. But, if you want to just let us know a little bit more, Ramon, we could start with you.
Yes, my name is Ramon. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, currently living in Scottsdale, Arizona. I own Triple R Detailing in Indiana, and
Nice.
then I also own Mila Properties here in Scottsdale, and then Kiss Gang Motorsports as well here in Scottsdale. So,
Okay, nice. A whole entrepreneur.
yeah, got to in today's economy for sure.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And then what about for you, Alicia?
So my name's Alicia. I'm from Washington State originally. I've lived in
Okay.
Arizona for a couple years.
Nice.
I go to school for marketing at ASU. Yeah,
Okay.
and I do content creating, of course.
Nice. So yeah.
She's beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, she's beautiful, but the guy looks well put together. Let's see if they worked out or they didn't work out.
Yeah, speaking of content creating, so on the show, one of the comments from one of the guys in the lineup was he was like, content creator, I wasn't sure what to think about that. And he kind of said he thought adult entertainer.
Yes.
What was going through your mind when he said that? Because you were like, wait, what? Like,
Honestly, I thought that was kind of funny. If you're saying that, are you telling me I'm your type? Or like, what are you getting at? A lot of people thought it was really offensive. Me, I was just like, whatever.
no.
Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about is the real question. That was my question. But I didn't take it any type of way because I know what kind of content I put out and what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
I
And then
don't mind.
another one of the other contestants was like, oh, he popped on you because he was like, I don't think you have a real job.
Yes, I thought that was odd. But honestly, I thought, one thing about me, I don't have to tell everybody all my sources of income, but I am a veteran. So it's like I'm getting paid to go to school. It's the
Right.
big ticket there. It's like,
Nice.
hello, I didn't have to sit there and itemize all my bills to him, but yeah.
Good. We're glad you got that out.
Yes.
And then Ramon, for you, you're 6'3", right? But you were actually called shorter on the show.
It's the first time for everything.
Imagine.
Yeah. Everybody.
And I think this is a new trend, guys. Women are rejecting guys who are 6 feet. You know the whole 6 feet, 6 figures, six pack? Apparently, if you make 6 figures and you are 6 feet, you are not tall enough and you're broke. Everything, they have said these things on our late show on the Pop the Balloon. And women, you could think that the women who are rejecting guys who are 6 feet were like 6'5" or 6'3", and they want a guy taller than them. These women were 5'4", 5'1", 5'5", rejecting guys who are 6 feet because they think when they put on heels and they're kind of closer to the guy's height, that makes the guy short. But ma'am, you are 5'1". How are you rejecting a guy who is 6 feet? It's crazy, guy. For us guys who are not 6 feet, it's like, what's the point? And then some other chick on Kendrick G's show says guys who are making 6 figures are broke. That you gotta be making multi 6 figures. It's crazy in the dating game right now.
At home and that I know was like, man, that's crazy.
We're like, we get 6'5" is the
Everybody
new.
been hitting me up like, "What's up, Too Short?" I'm like, "Damn,
Yeah,
damn, I got a whole
crazy
new name,
times.
Too Short. That's crazy."
Yeah, I know that one was really different. I was like, what? I think you were actually one of like the taller guys in the lineup, like
Yeah, and then the guy next to me was 6'5", and she said she dates guys six
about
five or
his height.
taller, and it was
Yeah.
like, okay, so what's up with him then?
That's crazy. Even a guy who's 6'5" was rejected for being short by a woman who's not even 6'7". Oh my God, man. The dating is crazy in 2024 and it's gonna get worse.
So
Never
it was
know.
kind of awkward.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, kind of to get into the juicy part that everybody waits to hear about. Since you guys ended up matching, have you gone on a date?
Unfortunately, not.
Dang.
Okay, why not?
And she's smiling about it. See, they've not been on a date. He's not smiling. She's smiling. That should tell you something.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Why not?
Okay, you want to take it off?
You can start.
Oh, okay, let's
Yeah,
start over
please
here.
start.
Well, we made arrangements on Thursday to have brunch on Sunday, and I believe it was set for like 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
And I believe I reached out to her on Saturday to see if she wanted me to send a driver to her. I felt like that'd be nice. So we had reservations at Global Ambassador at 1
Nice.
o'clock. So she didn't reply until 12:55 the next day. And she said she was gonna be late and that she had just seen the text and she thought she replied and this, that, and the other. But at that point, it was too late.
Okay.
In my eyes.
Damn, man. I don't know why women do this. I personally, I think it's easier to just text the guy and be like, I'm not interested or I'm busy. At least tell me you are busy. Tell me you're going to see your mom tomorrow at the time we agreed to go on a date. Just tell me that. Right? And tell me you let me know when you're available so that I know. Any guys who understand women, that shows she's not interested. But how do you refuse to answer the guy, reply the guy's text, and you wait to reply the next day, 1 minute from the time you guys made reservations? And this goes to show why being a nice guy doesn't really, women don't care if you're being a nice guy. Because this guy made reservations. That's why I don't do reservations. That's number one. Number two, he wanted to send her a driver to pick her up, giving all the nice experience that, man, we are told, treat her nice, be nice to her, be a gentleman, treat her like a queen, like a princess. And she, even after matching with him, she still left him on red. And then the next day, 1 minute before the time they're supposed to meet, she replies, oh, I didn't see your text. But this same woman, if you texted her saying, I got $1 million for you, I'm not kidding. She will respond. She'll respond before you even text her that you got $1 million for her. That's crazy, man. This is crazy. And she's still smiling about it. Because I guess she wasn't interested. Maybe she's a beautiful woman. So I know so many rich guys reach out to her. So she probably doesn't care. And I'm sure so many rich guys reached out to her after going on our latest show. I can tell. There's so many guys who are probably not DM, so she doesn't care. Maybe the guy is not making as much money as she wants, and that's okay. But at least let the guy know that I can't make it. But she waited till the next day, 1 minute before the date. That's great. That's disrespectful.
Okay. Alicia?
Okay, so yeah, we had chit-chatted throughout the week and he had asked me like, are you busy? Blah, blah, blah. And of course, yeah, he sent that text. I'm running out the door and I didn't answer. I didn't leave him hanging, but I didn't. I sent him.
You did. You replied the next day, 1 minute before the time of the date. Come on, man. We're not kids. You did that.
The audio message like, hey, I'm going to be like 5 minutes late. I'm on my way. And then when I go and check, I'm like, oh, shoot, I didn't text him back. So I'm not going to say I'm ditzy, but I'm like, hey, I'm on my way there, blah, blah, blah. So like he said, at 12:55, I'm on my way to the Global Ambassador. His red receipts are on. He reads it, sees that I'm here. You could hear in the audio message, I'm obviously in my car driving, and he just leaves it on red. So then, mind you, I'm driving, going. I don't live that far. And then I get there and I'm like, hey, just parked in valet, right? So I'm like driving. I'm not totally on my phone.
Yeah.
I just assumed out of good nature, I got up. I went to work last night, got up, got ready, went, that he was just going to meet me there. we had confirmed the date like 3 times already. I
Okay.
understand that that was my fault that I didn't respond to that text, but at this point we had like 3 confirmations. So I just assumed, maybe that's me, that we were going to show up. And yeah, he left the messages unread, didn't respond. I went, hung out at the restaurant for like 15 minutes and said, gonna pack her up. Yeah, so no show.
So the reservation was for 1 o'clock. You left 12:55. About what time would you say you got there?
Well, I got there probably like 1:05, 1:10.
Okay.
But I hit him.
So she was late. It doesn't matter if you hit him up. You hit him up 5 minutes before. So even if it was on time, you were late. And that's on top of not even responding to his message the previous day. Man, that disrespect. Like, tell me you're not interested. Tell me you're busy. Tell me anything. But if we've been making these plans and you've seen me in face. Now, it's one thing if they met on a dating app, but no, they met in person on a late show. The disrespect. I get it. Maybe he's not making as much money as you want. I'm sure you have thousands of DMs. You're a beautiful woman. I'm sure you have so many guys who came from our late show who watch you because she puts your Instagram over there, and so many rich guys hit you up. And maybe you're used to rich guys. I get it. But the disrespect, man. It's crazy. Dating is now this guy is going to be, maybe he knows the game, so he will charge you to the game. But I don't think he will ever see this the same way. And that's what happens to most nice guys. Because he makes reservations, I want to send you a driver. You think he's ever going to do those things for any other woman? No.
Up like, hey, blah, 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 I'm leaving my house right now. That's when the message was sent at 12:55.
Okay. So was there confirmation prior to, this date?
I mean, yeah.
Like she said, you
but
guys had like.
But like I said, I text on Saturday,
So
asking
from
her about
Saturday.
it wasn't any.
Okay.
So it was like, nah, if you can't communicate,
Yeah.
it's kind of pointless.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
That's a red flag for what's going to happen in the future, especially for plans. Now, I get it if you texted her, hey, how you doing? And she responded the next day. Okay, you're busy. Sure. I get it. You didn't respond. Cool. But if you guys are talking about plans and you're trying to confirm plans, at least communicate. Be like, hey, I got plans with you. I'll see you tomorrow. That's it.
And so you said you did receive the message and you thought you texted him back, but it just didn't go through, or
I'm just on the way out the door, didn't press send, like rushing.
no, on
like,
Saturday when he like sent another.
Yeah, I forgot to respond and had the whole text typed and then sent him an audio message like, hey Siri, send so and so.
That's such bullshit. Do any of you guys believe that if it was Chris Brown, if it was Bill Gates, if it was her celebrity crush who sent her text to confirm, any of you guys believe she would read the message and forget to send a reply to her celebrity crush if it was Chris Brown? Hell no. She would probably call him to make sure he gets it. That, hey, I'm confirming I'm meeting you tomorrow. But for some reason, when it comes to him, she typed but then forgot to send reply. Do any of you guys believe if he was telling her, hey, come pick up your $1 million, that she would type and forget to click send? Hell no.
A message.
Okay.
And then I open it because I'm like, oh, he didn't respond. It's like 1:05. I'm on the way. And then I look and then I'm like, okay, I didn't send it. The whole message is typed out. But then everything's getting read. So he's sitting there like watching me say, and I understand what he's saying, like, okay.
Oh, now she's trying to gaslight him. She's trying to act like the victim in the situation. She's trying to act like he's bad for not responding to her after she took a whole day not to respond to him.
Didn't confirm I'm not going to go. That makes sense. Like, I'll give that to you. But I thought it was just silly to leave me on red. You could have just texted me back and been like, oh.
So it was silly to leave you on red, but it was not silly for you to respond till the next day, 5 minutes before the date? That gaslighting is crazy.
Or I'm not coming. Like, you didn't confirm. I thought that could have just been the respectable thing.
Okay.
Because I thought that was weird that you didn't respond, but you're telling people that I ghosted you.
Was it weird that you didn't respond the day before and you responded 5 minutes before the date? Was that weird too or no?
In Phoenix. But you didn't respond to the last text, so that's kind of weird.
I mean, you responded a whole day later. So do you really call that responding?
It was less than 24 hours. This is your thing. I think you're very picky about times. That was one of the things. you've been very particular and picky about time, few instances that we had.
Because a woman who doesn't respect your time doesn't respect you. You're not, she doesn't see you as a priority. She will get to you when she gets to you. Whenever she's done whatever she's doing, then she will get to you. So he wasn't such a priority for the date. It wasn't such a special occasion for her. So she's like, you know what? I'll get to him. He still will simp for me and wait for me. But the guy stood up for himself. And thank you, bro. At least every man should see this and know that, hey, listen, a woman who likes you, who wants to spend time with you, will be excited enough to respond to be like, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. She won't wait to respond 5 minutes before the date and then try to gaslight you like she's the victim because you're doing exactly what she did.
Okay.
Just like we had known each other 72 hours, and then remember that phone call we had?
Which one? Go ahead and let everybody else know.
Yeah, we only had one phone call.
Okay.
What
It was
happened?
one. I could grab the call.
But it was a few times that I called.
That
and
is inaccurate. You
Yeah,
gaslit
it
me on the
was.
phone about that.
It
and
was a few times that I
I'll
called.
go get the
and-
phone. I got the screenshots. You
and I
called
got
me.
the text messages.
Yeah, we have all the information. So
All
do you want
of
to hash it out?
I mean, if we have to.
I just thought it was weird. Okay, so let's run it back so we could clarify for the audience and for you as well.
Yeah, please.
There had been a phone call, right? Roughly 72 hours. So from the very jump, it was hard to confirm the date of the date from the beginning because
I
you kept
agree.
saying, I'll let you know tomorrow. Then
I
tomorrow
did.
came, and then you let me know tomorrow.
But then once Thursday came, I told you I had reservations and it was set.
Absolutely.
Sunday, 1 o'clock, Global Ambassador.
Okay, but that's not the phone call I'm talking about.
But
I'm talking about
Thursday, it was set though. You're talking about from when we did the show originally all the way up until Thursday. We went back and forth, kind of trying to figure out
did go back and
about
forth
the
on the
date or
phone.
whatever. But Thursday came and it was set 1 o'clock. I told you I had the reservations.
That's not what I'm talking about. We went back and forth and why I think you're picky.
Okay,
I
let's hear-
think,
let's hear about the
We just
call.
don't get along. I think that's what it really comes down to. But the call.
No, you don't. You just don't respect him. Maybe he's not rich enough for you. Maybe he's not good looking enough for you. Cause she's a pretty woman. She's a beautiful woman. I know some of you guys may think she's a fool, whatever you want to say. She's a beautiful woman. So I know how many guys are in her DMs, even after this video. Even after some guys watch this, they don't care. The guys who have the money are going to slide in her DMs. Both guys who have money and guys who don't have money are going to slide in her DMs. I know that for sure.
Call was that you had called me roughly, I believe, on Monday, and I didn't answer. You called me around 10 o'clock on Monday. We'd known
10
each other.
p.m.?
Yes, 10
Okay.
p.m. We'd known each other roughly 72 hours. Then we talked the next day, and on the phone, you had told me, well, since you didn't answer my phone call, I didn't know if we were going on the date or not. Like, you're acting like you're my dad or something. Like,
I don't recall that.
Of course you don't.
But I do recall the phone call about, 10 o'clock, but you told me you was free in the evening. So that's why I
don't-
called that late.
But I didn't say like I just thought it was so picky the way that you were on my phone telling me. I felt like it was entitled, to be honest with you, for you to call my phone and talk about when I'm not answering and when I'm answering, and I'd known you for 3 days. I just thought that was rude.
She's gaslighting.
But you still set the date.
Yes, because that
So
was
if
the
that
objective
if
of
that
the
was
show.
but we
you,
should have not have went on the date if you
Exactly. If he was too picky for you, if he was too strict, if he was all these things, do not make the date. Do not set the date and waste his time and disrespect him like that. Just be like, hey guy, the way you are saying right now that you don't think you connect and have the chemistry, you could have been on the phone and say, you know what? You are too picky for me. You are, you're too strict. My dad. You could have said all those things on the phone call and you're like, this is not going to work. And then don't make the date.
that
Thank
way.
God.
Why schedule the date?
on this fine Sunday, thank God that we didn't go on the date.
I mean,
because I just
thank
feel like this
God.
was the energy on the
I
phone.
saved my money.
So you felt like he was coming at your
Thank
throat?
God.
The same way that it's like this energy, it was very back and forth and very petty on the phone. And he's getting snippy on the phone. And I'm like, okay, so are we going to go on the date? That was my response is, okay, so are we going to do it? Are we going to do it? And I do feel like, yes, you're a little snippy. And I didn't appreciate it. But the
You could have said it on the phone though. Why didn't you say all these things on the phone?
objective of the show was to go on the date. And it just made me feel a little opportunistic of your objectives, because prior to that, if you want to talk about everything, prior to that, you had sat here and asked me to model for your company. I thought that was rude.
You
And I
said
thought
you
that
was
was
a content creator.
I didn't say I was a
So
model
if
and
I'm
that I was going to
trying,
come model
but
for
if
you.
I'm
Those aren't
trying
the
to put
same.
money in your pocket, what's wrong with
You
that?
didn't
I
mention a
wasn't
thing
trying
about,
to do anything for free, sweetheart.
but you
You
didn't
said
mention
you was a content creator. Like
So
I'm
it sounds like he was looking at, because you know, women all the time talk about, I want a guy who's gonna pour into me, help me elevate me. And now she's a content creator. She's trying to make sure they can do something together to benefit her and benefit him. And then I mean, man, he dodged a bullet. I mean, God was helping you, man. She's beautiful. I get it. It hurts. She's a beautiful woman. It hurts. But this is a lesson to all men. I feel like God used this opportunity to show us men what it looks like when you're supposed to avoid certain situations. Because imagine how real character comes out down the road when the guy is really invested, he's catching feelings and shit like that, or maybe in divorce court. This would be a tragedy. And so many guys go down this road. Anyway, man, I can't even continue the video. If you guys want it, link down below to our latest channel. Thank God this guy dodged a bullet. A walking red flag. A beautiful walking red flag. I know she's beautiful. I gotta say it. Peace. Subscribe.